I'm going to show you how to make the pattern. I've pasted in here a little screenshot of the model to to follow to get the right pattern. I've also used the eyedropper tool to get the color of the lines. Okay, so now I'm going to make a shape, and then I've got the swatches panel open. To get to that, you can go to from the Windows and down to swatches. And down in the left-hand corner, there's this library. I'm remembering you've figured this part out. So you go down to patterns. Let's see, I'll pull this up. And I should scooch it over. Patterns, basic graphics, and then lines, and that actually brings up this palette panel, which I already have open. Okay, so now I'm going to find one that is even remotely close, because we can edit it later. Okay, and now I want to do three things. I want to rotate it, and, well, I guess two things. I want to rotate it and edit it. So I'm going to start by rotating it. So to do that, you just rotate it the way you rotate any object with one trick. So I'm going to go object transform rotate. And then the trick is I unclick transform object. With that clicked, it would rotate the whole shape plus the pattern. And I just want to rotate the pattern. So I think this is at a 45-degree angle, so I'm going to put 45 in here. Hit enter, and there. So now I've got the angle. See, that was surprisingly easy. I know how hard it is to do manually, believe me, from experience. Oh, actually, there is another thing I want to do. I want to resize it. These are too close together. So I can do the same thing. I can go Object, Transform, Scale, and again, I unclick. Actually, I'd already unclicked here. Transform Object. I only want to transform the pattern, and so I'm going to make it bigger. Let's try 200. Thicker than we want, but right now I'm going for kind of the width between them. This is a little too thick. The screenshot is actually blown up a little bit, so I'm probably going to have to adjust that later anyway. But you can see, you can tweak it until it's exactly the way you want. Okay, so we've rotated it, we've resized it. Now we're going to edit it. So you go Object, with the thing selected, you go Object, Pattern, Edit. And I'm kind of thinking maybe you got this far as well. So the part inside the square is the editable part, and then it shows what happens when you repeat that pattern. So I'm going to select all of it. I'm going to make the lines thinner by just changing the stroke weight. That seems about right. And then, oh, I want to make them the right color. Okay, I'm gonna stop this because I have my, let's see, the way I get out of it, I'll say done. Okay, I'm gonna find out what value this is. So click on that. Huh? I don't know why it doesn't show the color. Oh, you know what? I think this is it's a screenshot. So I'm going to use the eyedropper tool to make this shape that color. There we go. Now I can see what color it is. Oh, and that's good. It's easy to remember. 7F repeated 3 times. Okay. So I'm going to go back, Object, Pattern, Edit. Oops, Pattern, Edit. And I already forgot the number. 3737, I think. Or was it 7F? Okay, sorry about that. Done again. Go back here. What was that? I'm sure you remember, and I'm not. 7F. 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 Object, Pattern, Edit. Select. Change this color to 7F, 7F, 7F. Okay. Okay, so now we've changed the color. And the the width. So now I truly am done. Okay, so now I have, oh, that doesn't look right, does it? So I think it's tricky because if you get the wrong pixel, it'll affect what color it is. Okay, so I'm going to check this by looking close and seeing if the lines seem to sort of disappear. Gosh, is that as far as I can zoom in? Looks like it might be, but that actually does look pretty close. Oh, no, I see that was actually a screenshot. Okay, whoops. I accidentally zoomed out. So or zoomed in, so I'm going to zoom out. There we go. Okay, so let's try that one more time. So I have a new color. I'm going to look. Oh, this is E1, E3, E3. Let's see if I can remember that. E1, E3, E3. Object, pattern, edit. Select all of this. E1, E3, E3. That looks better. Okay, done. Okay, now that's getting close, right? Okay, so now I'm going to grab that and go, let's see, we're getting lost. So there we go. There's your, oops, whoa. There is your design. And so I'm going to start by putting it in the background. So I'm going to make a rectangle that will cross the entire lower half. Oh, and that pattern has actually already been set. I thought I was going to use the eyedropper tool to move it. Actually, I'm going to look once more to remind myself. Does it go all the way to the bottom and all the way to the top? Yes, it does. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to make this go all the way to the bottom. Oh, and one thing that is not right, it's on top of everything. Okay, so it's on the wrong layer. It's accidentally pasted on the top layer.